Hey guys, it's Randy Ritchie on behalf of Premier Pro Wrestling. This is Arab Wrestlers You Should Know in commemoration of Arab American Heritage Month in the United States. Hope wherever you are, things are cool. And speaking of effing cool, it's 36 degrees here in Chicagoland. And less than 36 hours ago, it was 80 degrees. I just turned 58, and let me tell you, I am feeling it, especially after 30 plus years as an in-ring performer. So, I promised you guys, one of these a day for the entire month, and we did it for first Black History Month, then Women's History Month. Now we're doing Arab History Month. And some people, my friends in particular, will talk about how tedious it could be. It's not. As soon as it starts to feel tedious, I just go down the rabbit hole with some of these people that I'm really inspired and impressed with. And like I said in the previous Rima Fakih, I found myself being really motivated by this person during, times where it's a little rough out there to find something to be inspired about sometimes. I'm not saying all the time. I'm saying some of the time. So yes, this will be part 2 in regards to Miss Fakih. Well, she's not Miss Fakih anymore, but I'm going to call her that for the interim until we get to the marriage part. So I was thinking today, I'd like to get more detail on her. How in the heck she went from, being Miss USA to ending up being a tough enough competitor while she was Miss USA. Okay? And I'm finding a lot of stuff, and hopefully this will answer some questions for you. There's still a few loopholes or holes for me, but I kind of get the gist of it. So here we go. During her reign as Miss USA, Fakih was frequently involved in WWE events. She first appeared as a guest star on the November 29, 2010 episode of Raw, where she crowned Sheamus as winner of the King of the Ring tournament. The following month, she appeared at the WWE Tribute to the Troops event in Fort Hood, Texas, where she served as a ring announcer. She later appeared as a contestant on Season 5 of Tough Enough. So now that kind of makes sense. And what I also found was something pretty cool. I'm going to read to you guys in her words how this happened. And let me just go down here. Here we go. And this is Rima, and I mean, again, very positive, creative, just ballsy girl. Remember, this is a female of Lebanese descent who, came to the United States, immigrated here to the United States as a child due to her family wanting its religious freedom, from a repressed nation, a repressed culture. Well, growing up, I was a huge wrestling fan, and I definitely was, interested in doing something with WWE my whole life. Well, not necessarily WWE, but just learning how to wrestle. I grew up kind of rough. My parents never really had the money to get me any wrestling lessons or even ballet or anything like that at all. But I did play a lot of sports in school. Well, that's a message right there, because today, guys, they're trying to cut said programs in school. And this will show us kind of the importance of not making cuts there. When I was at Miss Universe competing, I saw a lady standing at a table in Vegas, and it looked like a WWE sign from afar. So I ran up to them. They're like, yeah, we work for them. And I'm like, oh my God, I love WWE. Then they found out I was Miss USA, and they're like, well, maybe we can work with you and invite you to a few events. So they invited me to host WWE a couple of times. That's where I learned about the competition Tough Enough. And I requested my organization if I could audition. And I'm lucky that Mr. Trump, Donald Trump, is a wrestling fan himself and called our president himself, who said yes. I ended up going on the show, but bigger than that, well, I just have to say the thing that really made me want to do it, because everybody said I couldn't do it. And also, I'm sick of the, and then she hesitated. I know how a lot of beauty queens or fake pageants might be like that, but the stereotype of Miss USA, I just really wanted to show the world that Miss USA is a lot different than they think. And I'm thinking the timing was perfect there to go ahead and show that stuff. And again, she should have been somebody that she falls into two categories, because like I told you before, we are, we are, Premier Pro Wrestling. We did this for Women's History Month, and I mean, up to this point, how can you not be impressed by somebody like this who really, what a great example for all women, but especially American women and Arab women, All right, guys, we're going to do more on her tomorrow. Again, this is Arab Wrestlers You Should Know, sponsored by Premier Pro Wrestling. I'm Randy Ritchie. Please note this is being brought to you without commercials. So like, subscribe, and please support Premier Pro Wrestling at the links in description. Hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am.